Aberration Creature Community Vote. First confirmed mod for ARK Survival Ascended. And introducing the brand new creature arriving with Raasclark. You're right kids, it's Raasclark and welcome to your regular ARK community news. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share around and let's get into it. So the community crunch dropped last night, revealing the final voted creature for Raasclark when it arrives to ARK Survival Ascended that you voted for. Yes, indeed, the Gigantoraptor, and actually quite accurately portrays the submission that was put forward, including its abilities. Within this dossier created by Wildcard for its introduction, it's explained that whilst it's certainly a sizable creature, it's more of a caregiver than a fighter. Still seeming to adopt some attack, it seems its introduction's going to be primarily for looking after baby creatures. Wild baby creatures. Yes, that's right, if you don't know, it was already mentioned a while back that wild baby dinos will be out in the wild in ARK Survival Ascended, and it seems they're going to use this as a tool to interact with them and claim them for your own. Guessing a bit like the Maywing, but this one being for wild and the Maywing for tamed creatures. Makes me think, was this always destined to be the creature, seeing that wild baby creatures are going to be introduced, and this seems an absolutely apt fitting creature to utilize with them. The dossier goes on to say it will be nurturing these baby creatures in teaching them how to fight, leading me to believe perhaps this, surrounded by whatever babies it claims, will offer a sort of attack buff to them, perhaps within range. So this may be a buffing slash nursery dino for ARK Survival Ascended Raasclark when it arrives. Adding to the other useful creatures we've already got for baby raising, such as the Procoptodon, incubation dinos such as the Dimetrodon and Otter, and again the Maywing. I think it's great. Another creature that perhaps adds to that. Another thing, I can't see it absolutely isolating the Maywing. I could see this being an addition to it, and look forward to seeing more of this in game when it arrives some point next year. Community creature vote is live. That's right, people. Aberration, the final top 10 is out and about. You can now vote for the one that you want in ARK Survival Ascended Aberration when it lands, and you've got until July the 24th to cast your vote. All you gotta do is go to this page here. I'll leave a link to this in the description, and simply order the creatures in the order you want, ranking from 1 to 10 in your most favourite to your least favourite, and a series of battle rounds will commence after the date, and one of these will win. But what are the dinos? Well, we've got the armoured sauropod with a tail club Shunosaurus, ARK's aberrant biological monowheel Motobite, hypnotic nightmare Chimera Shin, combat and utility amphibian Coolosuchus, Reaper supporting giant land octopus Paleo Octopus, creepy crawling Pteraturpiton, walking charge lantern Chasmosaurus, giant flightless owl Orni Megalonyx, skilled assassin Yaiki, and fluffy jumping spider trank bowler Mava Eureka. All of which, I've got to say, considering the brief was these had to be real world creature submissions, I think the community have done a great job with each one, and them being certainly fitting for the setting of Aberration. I would like to see all of them in here if I possibly could. There's possibly one I prefer over all of these, but you know how it is, people. I don't like to certainly influence that. It's your vote. It's your vote that counts. It's your creature that you want in to Aberration that will make the final cut. But again, seriously, any of these would be great. I'd love to see all the abilities pitched are great. The creatures look amazing. And again, I guess now, seeing that the last previous creatures have had their abilities put forward, it's worth considering. Listen, read the abilities of each creatures in their submissions, and perhaps one of these, your vote, maybe the one that makes it to be the creature that's included with Aberration when it arrives to ARK Survival Ascended. As well as another Evo event until Monday, July the 24th. There was more shoutouts again. A cool one to Cromeda. I watched this ARK in a nutshell. Very, very informative, funny, small animation short there. Good to see that being shouted out. And again, Dead Safio, we talked about them last weekend. A huge collection of primarily Spanish-speaking creators in what seems to be just a really cool, awesome, modded event where a lot of creators are involved and streaming what's going on. Well, Snail Games, the publisher of ARK Survival Evolved, used this event to certainly praise, highlight how good their product certainly was, going into detail on there being 61,000 viewers at its peak during this and showcasing how big and important an event Dead Safio was. And certainly within this publication, utilising it to highlight how their content is of high quality and engaging. Of course, quite a few of you out there weren't happy about this, that Snail Game were utilising this to market themselves, and certainly raised a few voices out there on Twitter. And whilst I can certainly see why people are backlashing against this publication, the end of the day, Snail still have a hold on ARK and can talk about ARK as freely as they want to. Obviously, by now, it's wide public knowledge on Snail's reputation and what people think of their company, but something I certainly can't agree with is attacking Dead Safio. They had nothing to do with this, and whilst they were used in a publication to showcase how good ARK is and as a product Snail Games, it wasn't their choice to be. End of the day, as I just said, Snail can pick and choose what they want of ARK to praise, highlight their products to the wider world, to their business investors, and there's nothing nobody can do about that. There really isn't. I know there's been so much highlighted in attempts to thwart, destock Snail Games, to get them to abandon ARK altogether and bring in a new publication, but as it stands right now, Snail own ARK, and I can't see that personally ever changing. It's going to take something incredible for that to change. So my honest opinion is, don't go in and attack other creators who had no hand in being utilized by a publication, by the people that own ARK, in order to celebrate ARK and its creators. If you really want to make a change, stop supporting it. Stop talking about it. The minute you do that, it stops becoming a thing. And nobody's interested. That, to me, is the only solution. But it's not a viable solution, at least for me and many people out there, because we all enjoy to play ARK. And the cycle will forever continue. As long as we continue enjoying ARK, these guys aren't going to change. These guys aren't going to go away. I don't know what it's going to take, because it doesn't seem like there's any way to control the investors of this, the people who put money in this and expect money back from this, without somehow pursuing some legal system, I guess exposing even further. But what does that do? I think, if anything, it's marketing ARK even more. It's certainly trending ARK even more, and it's getting more people invested in ARK. Speaking of which, Moist Critical is currently on a rampage to expose Snail Games that allegedly have a tribe on Conquest servers and have banned players in the past, and wants to replicate this. Something I said I'd be happy to get involved with myself to see if it happened to me too. But let's be honest, Moist Critical is one of the biggest content creators out there in the wild. Not many of you don't at least know his monotone voice, and are certainly entertained by him and are watching this in his attempt to thwart the Mighty T tribe. But during this stream alone, there was many disconnects. A lot of people said he was being kicked by the people that he was trying to fight against. I don't know. Certainly an interesting story I want to keep tabs on, and if Moist Critical will continue to pursue this. Though, again, what does this do in my opinion? Markets ARK. it gets more people knowing about ARK in a good or bad light, be it the latter perhaps. It's still getting more people invested in ARK, it's getting more people interested, talking, probably playing, especially if Moist Critical is on, and therefore stocks are looking better for Snail Games. Just see what I mean? Something we are looking forward to, of course, is mods for ARK Survival Ascended that are dropping to console, PlayStation and Xbox when ARK Survival Ascended officially launches, and they're going to arrive on day one. And we've got one officially confirmed mod currently. It was retweeted, or I guess reposted, however you want to call this, on LinkedIn by co-founder Doug the Head, referencing Kaluga Studios' mod map Appalachia, who then went on to confirm they had permission to share this. It will indeed be going to ASA. Whilst there's already quite a few mod authors out there that have pretty much confirmed they are already transitioning to ARK Survival Ascended themselves, this is the first one that has been, I guess, publicly marketed by Studio Wildcard, and therefore making it a 100% accurate thing that will definitely happen. And in its current state on ARK Survival Evolved, it's a very cool mod. Here's Kaya showing it off. I'll leave a link to this in the description as well as the mod map so you can play it for yourselves if you want to check it out right here, right now. But it does beg the thought, the wonder, what else is going to be available on day one? Mods. There could be a lot of them for you to play, a lot of content for ARK Survival Ascended, for console players especially, and I'm just curious exactly how these mods are going to function within the Overwolf system when it arrives on day one. I look forward to it. Are you looking forward to it? What mod do you want to see come to ARK Survival Ascended? Comment below, let me know. Until the next one, my name's Raasclark. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and as always, peace out.